Got a little mess right there. What's going on? What's going
What's
on?
happening? See what we gonna do. We're gonna start. Yeah, there we go. Start doing some. Put some intro music, elevator music.
Yeah, man.
While we waiting on folk to get in here, man.
What's going on? What's going on?
You know, man. Your wife
We
gonna
on
be
time
mad at me.
again.
Yeah,
We on time again.
2 weeks
8
in a
o'clock.
row.
8 o'clock on the
2
head.
weeks in a row.
What's going on, Mike?
What's happening? What's happening?
Easy. Oh, man.
Everybody jump on in
Come
here.
on in, man. Stick around a little
You know
bit,
what I
man.
mean?
We got a little something to talk about today, man.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
So, you know,
So welcome to this edition of Truth Be Told Radio.
keeping it a buck.
Because we don't give a
You
fuck.
already know what time it is,
What's
man.
happening, bro? What's happening?
With you, man? How you
Man,
been this
I'm
week?
chilling, man. You know,
Side of it.
I'm doing all right, man. We had to get over here fresh off work. You know, I was looking at our videos on our YouTube channel, man. And I noticed in every last one of them, man, I'm always in a black shirt, man. I'm always in one of 7 different black shirts, man. You know, I'm gonna have to kind of mix it up for y'all, man. You know.
I mean,
You know.
you just blending in, man. You just
Yeah,
blending
you know.
in. You're feeling good, man. You know, I always seem to have a light shirt on.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? Or, I don't know.
My dude used to cream me a little bit when I was a kid. He's like, all you do is just wear black all the time. He's like, do you have any other colors in your closet? I'm like, I'm black. You know,
Scaring folks.
I'm black.
Scaring folks.
Whoa, okay, my bad. Hey, if y'all didn't know, I am black. Or
African
I don't even like that term. I couldn't even say it.
African American.
I couldn't even say it.
But check this out.
What's happening?
What's going on?
What y'all doing? What y'all up to on this
Y'all
Saturday?
been paying attention this week, man? To what's going on?
You know, been seeing all the little major moves going on.
Just little baby things, you know, little things that make eyes open, make people make comments, make people have to tweet.
You know,
You know what I'm saying? There's a few things, and we just gonna get right into it. Kaepernick,
what up?
Nike,
They just did it.
they just did it.
They just did it.
They just did something, man. They definitely just did something.
You know what I mean?
They did.
You know, I know y'all know Nike secured a very lucrative deal, putting Colin Kaepernick and several other famous black athletes at the forefront of their new campaign. Basically, kind of drawing a line in the sand, socially.
Socially.
I won't say politically, but socially, as far as their stance on minority agendas and issues. You know, it's a big deal because it's kind of like a black eye to the NFL, even though Nike is also the sponsor and the provider of their equipment and the jerseys.
Till 2028.
Till 2028. It's kind of a long time from now. Kind of forcing the NFL to just bite the pillow that they took their pariah and made him the platform of their new campaign.
Negative. Everything was negative.
Oh yeah.
See, that's the thing is whenever Colin Kaepernick's name was mentioned, amongst those who chose to change the narrative,
You heard hisses and boos.
or those who decided to look at their bottom line, which is what the NFL did, looked at this bottom line as my bottom line is more important than, you know, social equality.
Right.
That's how they looked at it. And see what makes it so funny. And even the dude that's in the Orange Rooster, even him, you know, he's always had something slick to say about the whole situation. So this is the thing about it that trips me out. Not only does Nike have to bite the pill, because see, Nike just had a little statement they wrote out today talking about you know, we pretty much basically backtracking, saying, you know, we're gonna give people the choice to have a right to kneel and stuff doing the flag before. Before it was you got to take your ass up in there inside the locker room or whatever and come out after the flag. Now I understand what they do. I guess it just ain't gonna film those guys. So, but they still gonna get an opportunity to do what they want to do. And then you look at it like this: Trump always talking that shit. He comes up with some, it's inappropriate
That
for
they
what
didn't film the national anthem.
and all this bullshit
Right.
he's saying about it. But then he even had to bite his ass a little bit and go, but we had to keep with the peaceful protest of the thing. So you see what I'm saying? Cap winning a little bit.
Oh yeah.
He winning a little, and it was so crazy. You know, he ain't set out to get no money out of this. He set out to do something, and it's funny how all those forces of the people trying to go from the bottom line of the money, and then trying to act like that the social injustices were just, that's not what this is about. This is about the flag, and even people now are just still on that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's starting to make full circle that, hey, you full of shit. You see what I'm saying? Like and what it does is it's drawing a line. What side you gonna stand on here? And then it was so funny. Nike didn't even tell the NFL we doing this. They said, no, we just gonna go ahead and just do this.
But I mean, should they have had to? They had no reason.
Oh hell, no, I didn't have to because they, but Nike has stood behind people. You see what I'm saying? So the voices they're giving is huge.
Pop's jumping the gun on it. I got the stats and figures too.
Yeah, they did.
That is true.
Yeah, they did.
Their product rose 27%.
After dropping 3% on Tuesday. When it first happened, it dropped 3% because people got mad.
This time last year, they took it was only a 2% rise. They initially had declined 3.9%, but then the stock value jumped back up to something, I think it was $80.30 per share. Yep. So, they projected a $43 million increase through this promotional movement that they were doing. So,
they about to have cap everything, man.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be the T-shirts, the socks, the little everythings, man.
And you got a lot of people that's upset about it. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are out here burning their old
grass
cutting kicks from 5 years ago.
Come on, man.
White folk ain't bought Nike since Clinton was in office, and now they got problems with it. But the funny thing is, I got to take the stance with Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah made an interesting point.
Shout out to Trevor. I fooled you.
He said, we want to be careful, and I'm paraphrasing. We want to be careful to not confuse consumerism with political movements. You know what I'm saying? Nike, let's make no mistake.
Right.
Nike is doing this because it's making money.
Oh, they did their homework.
You know what I mean?
They definitely did their homework.
And a lot of people right now, our own folk especially, are like, hey, man, I'm about to go hit Champs. I'm about to hit Foot Locker. I'm about to buy the whole rack out. And it's like, okay, well, brother, if you were wise, instead of going up in the shoe store and buying out the rack, why don't you go get up on E-Trade
and get a stock
and buy some stock? $80 a share, that's basically one shoe.
Because it's 150, 160 for two.
I'm saying. So
I'm saying, right. You gotta look at it from that standpoint.
That's real.
And I like you make a valid point because that's true. Don't get. Do we like what we see?
Yeah,
we like because it's promoting something that we knew is the truth. But we not about to sit. Let's not get caught up in saying, "Oh, Nike is the savior of niggas." They love. No.
Won't he do it?
Any type of business move made, even if it affords your cause, if they aren't of like-minded, I'm not gonna say there's a hidden agenda, but there's an agenda. I'm not trying to cast no aspersions on Nike. I don't want to come off that way.
That's not a bad thing.
Only thing that I'm agreeing with my brother is let's not get caught. Just like when Eminem did the rap, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was a cool rap when he went to Trump. I thought that shit was cool. But like you said, let's not get caught up in saying like, oh, this is the savior. No.
Right.
We respect that. The point is, this ties into what we're gonna lead into here in a minute. But don't give me shades of unity. You understand what I'm saying? Don't give me shades of it.
Right,
right. And I'm going to leave it at that because we're going to get into something here in a little bit.
And I mean, it just puts us in an interesting situation. Like it was just brought up, Ford is now voicing their political support behind Trump. The Ford, the F-150 pickups and whatnot. Are folks going to start burning trucks, or Ford? I don't know. Either they're supporting Trump or they're behind Kaepernick. One of the two.
Right.
At either point, are we going to start tying our commercial merchandising? Is it going to become specific to a political affiliation? And if we are, are we going to do our due diligence and really start looking at how companies spend their money with who?
Exactly.
I mean, because
and that's huge.
Because this has been going on for years. I mean,
right.
For real, if you wanted to boycott a company based on their political affiliations, we'd all be walking around here naked and hungry. So, but if you're going to do it, they would wind up being naked and hungry too. So now you got a fair fight. So,
and the thing is, who gonna last with that fight? You know what I'm saying? You got you gonna be coupled walking around like that? You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is, anything that has to do with change is gonna be some type of a disturbance in the force. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to deal with that disturbance in the force. You got to be. That's like the little quote he says: "A sacrifice." What do you say? Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. Now, see, that's a decent quote because it kind of is synonymous to believe in something to fall for anything or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
By any means necessary.
You know so it got little ways you can look at it, but see the way I guess you got to take it is. And we just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. How do y'all view that as far as this unity goes with the whole as us? Or is we talking about unity as far as just us? And I think y'all get what I'm saying.
Well,
because it's two ways to look at this, y'all. It's different mindsets for different views on what you consider unity. You understand what I'm saying?
What does unity mean to you? It's basically what we're asking.
Yeah.
I didn't grab our actual Webster's definition. I was slacking.
That's okay. And if anybody on there could look up the definition, we'd appreciate if y'all could just shoot it on the screen, man. We call it people participation, and we want to shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to TVT Radio,
Most
man.
Definitely.
We appreciate y'all listening to us, man. Giving us y'all viewpoint, man. We want to let y'all know every week, man. We appreciate y'all. 8:00, man. We're gonna be on Saturday.
What's going on, Brother Yusuf? You're right. Business is warfare.
All day.
And that's one of the things that they don't teach you in school. They teach you business management. They don't teach you the science of business.
Right.
And they don't teach you the science of war. They teach you how to be a soldier. So. But
why would I give you the tools to get out of here and be able to build something bigger than me? I need you for me.
No doubt.
You see what I'm saying? It's all transitional. It's a transitional bullshit. It's what it is. I got to get you to where I need you to be so I can get done what I need to get done.
So.
You know what I mean?
When we're talking about when we talk about unity, the state of being unified or joined together, I believe that one. I can't touch the screen to highlight that, but
I'll get you there, brother.
You know what I mean?
There you go. Appreciate that.
No, it was the one above it, but that's cool. But are we joined together? I mean, and what do we define as joined together? Because clearly we live in an America that is heavily polarized, heavily divided along racial lines, along religious lines, along
monetary lines,
economic lines, along sexual identity, demographics, music, hell. You name it, and
right. You name it is a problem with
how does that saying go? God loves his children, and the devil numbers his, or something like that.
I ain't looked at that one.
It's one of them old school sayings.
I gotta check that one out.
But
I know that shit.
But we're definitely in a society where everything is marked and accounted for. So when we say we're unified, first off, who are the we? When you start talking about,
what's your definition of it? How do you feel about it? Before we get into these facts about that, what was your definition of unity, and what standpoint do you look at it in? You know what I mean? Because I know how I think of it.
I see unity as a group or a society of minds with the same cause, the same beliefs, the same agenda, moving towards a common cause. To me, unity can be broken down by so many different ways, though. I mean, you know, we could say us as a people are unified, or us as black people in America, or us as black people on the planet may have ideas of being unified. We also have people who see it as they're Americans first. Me, myself, I'm looking at where the biggest problem is, and I don't see enough unity amongst us as a people, because that's the first thing that we are. No matter what anybody else tells us, we're black.
Right.
I mean, you can call yourself Republican, you can call yourself a Northerner, a Southerner, American, you know, whatever you want to, whatever, a veteran, Marine, whatever, however you want to see it. In situations in this country, you are black first, whether you believe it or not.
Right.
The situation as it unfolds is always contingent upon your identity.
Right.
So I have to look at that first. And I have to say my focus is the collective black consciousness, the collective black unity.
I like that. I look at it, and really to piggyback off that, because I like that, but I also look at it as, if we're talking about unity here, it has to be as a whole for mankind too. And I do believe that it's in certain situations it starts with us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like you and I was talking about, you know, you got the, you got, as far as like it goes financially, you got the Asian community, you got the Jewish community and stuff like that. So it's certain things that, since they stick together, it's certain things that transpire because they stick together. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because when you stick together, there's certain things you can get done. So they push their monies towards helping each other. That being said, it has to be a totality of us looking and saying, hey, that's not right. You see what I'm saying? It has to, hey, that ain't how that's supposed to go. You understand what I'm saying? And then on top of that, when it's going like that, it can't be with us that the only time unity comes into play is when some bullshit happens.
True.
You see what I'm saying? It can't just be part-time loving of the community. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It has to be the community continuously building the community. So, you see what I'm saying? So when I look at the unity of it, I'm like, okay, I know what unity means. Mm-hmm. And I think anybody around, if you just, any intelligent person knows what the fuck unity means. The thing is,
where have you
can
seen
you
it?
get to unity? I mean, we've seen it, but I'm saying, but we haven't seen it constantly. We've seen it. We've definitely seen it. It just doesn't stay consistent. You see what I'm saying? So we have to get on a consistent base. So I see unity as, okay, something that's obtainable, but are we ready to obtain it? And I'm talking about for everyone. Because even if we get it together, like I said, we'll still be able to push movements if we get ourselves together. But you still have to be, it has to be a whole. There's going to be continuous friction.
You know, that's a really good point. At the same time, the question, I even have to go with my man, Brother Yusuf, right here. He brings up kind of where I was actually getting ready to go in parts of this. I'm going to touch on that in a sec. First, I'm going to ask this, though. When we say everybody collectively going for a common goal, historically, when you look at from a, let's say, a national aspect, there has never been that in the history of this country. I mean, from the founding of the country, it was, okay, the settlers, we're going to be free. We got away from British tyrannical rule, but we're going to enslave these darker skinned folks from Africa. Okay, we're going this way, y'all going that way. All right. They freed them. They said, okay, well, we're going to give you your own land. Then they said, no, they disagreed amongst themselves and said, nah, we ain't all with that shit. Let's take that on back. Matter of fact, we're going to let that president die and wipe off his old agenda. Reconstruction Act is done. Y'all just going to have to fend for yourselves. So they weren't unified then even on how to free us. Then you had those of us that were like, okay, well.
But during those times, we were more unified, though.
But
you know what I'm saying? So, and I say not to cut your thing, but I'm just saying during that time, we were more unified and we was dealing with their foolishness. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Unity has to be a whole thing because it was times when we were unified.
Right.
But then
well,
when we
you're talking about us.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But it got to be a whole thing. You see what I'm saying? Because, see, unless and if they're not gonna get on the right page, just say that's what I'm say for example, they just don't get on the right page.
Okay.
If we stay on the page we on, we fucked. Because there's no unity there. And see, it's hard for us to be, that's why I'm saying it's like we know what unity is, but the question is, can we obtain it? And when I said, that's why I said it's not just us, it's everybody. We all, in order for shit to get smooth, and like I said, that can be really, that's like a pipe dream, because it's like, how the fuck does that happen? Because y'all ain't never did the shit. So we really wishing upon a star hoping that you get some conscious get right about yourself, which is looking like your ass might not get, but you might get. But at the same time, we still out here running around aimlessly.
See, that's what I was pointing out, was the fact that collectively, historically speaking, we have never, as a collective group of people on this continent, been unified.
Like Wall Street, you don't think?
Well, okay, you're misunderstanding my statement. I'm saying us, people, all, this entire country has never been with the same interests at mind. Some people would say that's what makes us great. Some people would say that's what makes it beautiful.
The great excuse.
But that hasn't happened. And what we will look at, let's take it to a smallest common denominator. Let's go to community. And this is where, shout out to my man, Brother Yusuf on here. Like he said, money is respected, is like the Messiah, you know. But when you look at the word community, I think a lot of people don't really break that down. It's commerce in unity. It's money moving in the same direction. It's your community is based upon the network of the income that's flowing within that area. And us as original people in this country, our money in the inner city has always flowed out to others, to other suppliers, other manufacturers, other retailers, other job providers, and the like. So our community is disunified because it has never done business amongst itself. So I think the first aspect of unity, when you look at, let's even go historically, hell, the Boston Tea Party. Let's go back to the Boston Tea Party, all right? They decided, Britain was trying to raise the taxes on them and said, we're going to up the price of goods and services. Everybody got together and said, no, we're not with that. They said, let's take all the tea and throw this shit in the Boston River. This is how we feel about y'all. We're going to throw all this off in the river because we ain't paying these taxes. So they rallied around a monetary money issue. You see what I'm saying? That was a show of unity by the settlers. Right. So let's even go to the let's even take the Montgomery bus boycott of 1955. We all decided we're not going to spend our money on the Montgomery bus system because of its practices of segregation and get to the back of the bus. So, all right, we pulled our money together. We threw that money in each other's gas tank. People in Montgomery took people back and forth, and it sparked. So, yeah, money is definitely going to be a linchpin to the movement of unity.
Yeah, until we figure out where we're gonna put that damn money, them just gonna be stories of when niggas did good shit. You see what I'm saying? Because and that's the consistency of the unity ain't there. It's like I said, that's what it boils down to. Are we only going to be unified so that cats like you and I, other people, can have stuff to remember, to talk about? Or you know what I'm saying? Because see, it's staying consistent on foolishness. Even when, like back in the day, like I understand what you're saying about doing business, but bro, remember back in the days though, it was some black stores where people, you know what I'm saying. But then what happened to them? They ended up getting bought out. Now, who get the stores? You see what I'm saying? So we even in our own communities, we still paying someone else. You see what I'm saying? It's so bad. We got to figure out how to get ourselves together. If we talking about the money aspect, we got to get ourselves together and realize that without getting our dollar together, without showing the power of our dollar, we're going to continue to be in the same spot we at, and that's talking about it. and saying, "Oh, Nike, we appreciate you, Nike. Now let's go spend some more money with y'all." You see what I'm saying? Now, once again, good gesture because we appreciate you, but you still the money still is going away from even what the cause of what Nike is saying. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy.
You bring up a good point about our own black retail. What happened was we were spending amongst ourselves, especially during times of segregation and Jim Crow, when we weren't allowed to do business with anyone else. And we looked and we saw how their stores, Woolworths or whoever back in that time and era, their money and their stores and their businesses looked better. Their schools looked better. The books were shinier. The education seemed better. The bathrooms were cleaner. So we wanted what they had. And when they took off segregation, the first thing we wanted to do was barter and trade amongst them to be seen as equals. But what we didn't see happening from them was them coming to do the same with us. They didn't come to our stores to buy what we had. And now they might have went to a couple soul food joints, bought some barbecues, some chicken or whatever, because they can't cook like we cook. So they might have did that. But in the process, what happened was our own stores lost value. They lost the ability to sustain. When we looked at, we'll even go so as recent as FUBU and Karl Kani. Shout out to Damon John and Karl Kani for being pioneers in the fashion industry and trying to give us a blueprint of what was ours. But at the same time, we as a people, as consumers, we went towards Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and all of the more name brand products that were being fashioned as billboards by our rappers and millionaires. We said, okay, well, this is the elite. You got to realize it's only elite because someone said it was.
They got tired of how FUBU was looking, though. They wanted FUBU to start making some different designer changes.
Okay, well let's even go.
They try. I feel what you said though, but that's the whole set on the thing as far as the thing is.
You had cross colors.
No consistency.
At the same time, the whole problem is that we are like sheep. We're easily led astray and hard to lead in the right direction. So when you talk about unity, we have to understand that is an aspect of who we are. You know what I'm saying? We will gravitate towards what catches our eye or what catches our desires or what moves our interests. Whether or not we know it's for better or worse, we're going to go in that direction. You see what I'm saying? So when you're talking about unity, people have to be able to understand what it is that makes us become disunified. We have to have principles in what we do. We have to have rules. When you look at China and you look at Jewish communities and the Italians, there were periods and times in their growth that they only bought amongst themselves. They had to strengthen their base. They had to strengthen their economy. And they decided, since nobody else is doing with us, then we're going to do it. You look at the Jewish communities, and a lot of people see how the Jews have risen to prominence in television, media, and a lot of business corporations, and even politics. And then they wonder how come they're so strong. At one point in time, though, not even over 100 years ago, they were at the bottom ranks and the bottom rung of this society in America.
But they learned, they figured it out though. As I'm saying,
yeah.
See, they stick together. That's the difference and shit. That's what I'm saying. So we got it. Like I say, that those facts, it sound good, it's great. You know what I'm saying? But what we got to do.
Well,
see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know that these figures and certain things. You know what I'm saying? So they like you said, our mindset is on when we see something that we like, we go with that. Mm-hmm. So something else needs to be put in front of us that we need to like. That's going to make that's going to seem like
has to be made popular,
push forward that make us feel like this is what's cool. Mm-hmm. This is what's cool, and it's going to lead us to here. You see what I'm saying? So we got to take advantage of certain situations, like jump on it again. The situation with him, even though we look at it and we say, okay, that's cool. That's something that you can grab on. The I Promise cool with LeBron. Right. That's something you can grab on. You see what I'm saying? It's different things what we got to stop doing. And then the thing is, we can't just be only looking for these sports figures to be making these type of moves. And I mean, of course, they got the money to do certain things, but there's other moves that still can be made. You know what I mean? Amongst community, amongst people in itself. It's a movement of the mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Unity is the mind. It's all in the mind, in my opinion. People got to see it and want to change. You got to get to the point to where you like, wow, this ain't what it's supposed to be no more. This can't be. There's got to be something better. And I don't think enough of us see that yet. I don't think we only feel pain once we get hurt. We don't feel pain through money like everybody else do because we used to not having no fucking money. So only time we feel pain is when we lose something, but then we so used to losing shit, so it's really just like us going through the motions and shit. You see what I'm saying? So and it's crazy to the point to where our sadness is to the point to where we look at it as that's our unity. You see what I'm saying? Because the only time we unity, just like prime example, you see a family, they don't see each other. When do they see each other? Well, a motherfucker dead and they go to the funeral.
Yeah.
You don't even see each other at the damn family reunion. And you ain't seeing each other at everybody's funeral unless grandma died. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how the shit is. And it's fucked up. But these is harsh realities that we gotta face when we talk about how we want to get unity back in order. We gotta get it back in order, remembering like the dude say on the thing, I forgot what it is, but remember who the fuck you are. You feel what I'm saying? We got to, bro. We stuck. We're stuck in a box. Mm-hmm. And the damn motherfucker ain't even got a top on it. You can reach up and touch. That's how crazy. That's how weird this shit is, man.
Part of what you bring up with us not having as much money to be hurt by economically in order to actually feel the pain, or no one comes around until family members are passed. A lot of times, those families are broken up over monetary issues. When let's keep it real. Big Mama die, everybody's fighting over who get the dresser, who get the radio,
who got to pay, who gonna
pay the bills. Nobody signs up for that, but everybody wants to reap the benefits. Our problem, I think, we've gotten to a point to where our economics has been tied to our emotions. We spend emotionally. We buy very impulsively. We'll go and we get a little bit of money. And income tax return come in, we go get new cars, new furniture sets.
Oh my goodness, that's so weird.
New weed, new Jordans, whatever. Nobody takes that income tax check and puts it into a CD or an account.
But it goes back to your point though earlier though, when you said about how in schools you're not taught that shit. If you're not taught what to do with a dollar, what is a dollar to you? Something to spend. When you're not taught how to run a business, what is a business to you? Someplace you go to spend that dollar that's in your damn pocket. You see what I'm saying? It all starts from knowing who the fuck you are and learning what's going on and figuring out. Like I say, this shit is all to me. For me, it's all up here. You see what I'm saying? But it's so many scars and there's so many wounds and there's so much trauma and there's so much basically black people have a what the fuck syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Every time a lot of shit happen to us, it's like what the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
We have PTSD.
You know what I'm saying? It's like what the fuck. It's like, but we got to get through that. You see what I'm saying? Now, and I don't want to just put it just. I mean, it's the fact, and the other people around us that's looking at us going with the what the fuck. They got the syndrome. Like I ain't got to deal with it. It's fucked up, but I ain't got to deal with it. That's what I'm saying. That's the balance. So if that balance never changes, it won't be no changes. So we already know the people going, it's a chance they're probably going to keep going. It's a good chance. So
yeah, I mean, if you're left in the same environment.
What does that leave? That leaves us to have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point now I just feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime if we're going to see you. And I think we seeing progress. And like I said, I feel Cap winning and that this might bring something. But that just can't be the defining factor in saying that's it. We need more, man. We not only we need more, we need him to even take his show on the road. You know what I'm saying? It's just we need more because we know what the word unity is, right? You and I know what that word means. You and I have had conversation. We understand how it feels, but not enough of us really truly understand the meaning of unity and what you said with the community, as far as how they don't really understand that.
You have to have an agenda, okay? And this is, if it's something for anyone to be serious about, you have to research, you have to look at the effects and the benefits of things like communism, nationalism, and then weigh them against certain aspects of things like socialism. You know, communism is basically a system of communal spending. Everybody has the same share. Everyone has the same needs met. There is no, where you look at capitalism and, well, the dude down the street has twice as much money as you do, and that's fine. And this person over here has nothing, and that's fine. That's the system of capitalism. The reason why communism or even nationalism has a very beneficial impact on this idea is because it deals on equitable terms. The only real difference to me, to some aspect, between nationalism and communism is that the cause for nationalism is for the building of that nation or the building of that culture. So
that's it.
When you're talking about nationalism, people have to say, okay, having stuff is not the same as being able to produce it. You see what I'm saying?
Kind of ties in our shit.
You know what I mean?
With a success thing.
We have to have the ability to build something,
right?
Not give to others. So when you have an agenda, it has to be focused on education, agriculture, technology, military, and finance. These things are some of the basic principles that will pull any group of people together in a unified fashion. You have to have those. So that means
in your community, for that community to thrive is what you're basically saying,
right?
Because, and then so it's like, how do we get to that?
Right.
That I'm telling you, man, that's always the biggest question. It's like, how? You see what I'm saying? And it's so, like I say, man, it's just so crazy, man. It's like, there has to be a way to where this message can be spread. There has to be a way to where something sparks something in somebody. You know what I mean? To where we really just realize, like, man, it's a real movement that needs to be done. It's a world movement, man, that needs to be made. You understand what I'm saying? And that's huge. And that's going to take sacrifice from so many different angles. It's going to take a sacrifice from me. It's going to take sacrifice from you. It's going to take sacrifice from our listeners. It's going to take sacrifice, y'all.
Believe in something.
And you have to, man.
Even if it means sacrificing everything.
And this is what I'm saying, guys. Sacrificing sucks. But it definitely brings forth change. You see what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
You trying to see, you want to lose 20 pounds. You got to sacrifice them jujus and them whams, man.
You got to.
You got to chill out from the joints, man. You see what I'm saying? It's what it is. You want to be better than anything. You got to sacrifice. And the problem is we have to stop being afraid to lose something. I think we're afraid to lose something. Even with our counterparts, the ones who we feel are against us, they're afraid to lose something. Because when you hold power for so long, and when you reign for so long, and you've been a dick, I mean, you realize, like, damn, what happens when these people get it? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to be bigger dicks than us? No puns intended. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's just what it is. It's just, so, and with us, it's like, are we ready to sacrifice this fucked up feeling of we need you and take on the emotions of we can handle ourselves? That's sacrifice. Because now you sacrificing the want for someone else. If I stay in your house and I'm used to you feeding me, clothing me, the heat is on, the air conditioning on, you know what I'm saying? I got a key, and only bill I pay is my phone bill, and my phone bill $50. I'm comfortable.
Right.
But what happens when I had to go out and I got to pay that $600 rent? that $100 bill there, that $200 bill there. On top of that, $50 was my rent. Now I'm feeling a little different. I'm a little shook. I'm wondering like, oh, can I do it? Now what am I doing? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't be shook to step out on your own. You're gonna fall on your face. We're gonna lose certain things. We're gonna lose people that we give a fuck about because everybody that we ever did something for us, whatever happened was the two things that happened to them. They done got smoked or they done said they was fucking too much. You see what I'm saying? It's what it is. It's always some type of scandal. So it's going to be some type of sacrifice. But the more and more we move forward, the purer we going to get because you seeing pure shit. You seeing people that ain't got nothing to, you know what I mean? It's people that, you got to be one of the people that they can't destroy. You know what I'm saying? That's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
So
you
know what I'm saying?
definitely have to put yourself in a position to be the example. And
even if you're the example.
and I'm gonna put it like this,
Man.
you know, there are those that I feel are definitely living the example. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, with his involvement and his work with the Nation of Islam and black people as a whole for over the last 60 years, has definitely been an example of the solution as far as being self-sufficient, as far as doing for self. If no matter what religion or what culture you may ascribe to, one aspect that you have to take away from the nation is that they embody a do for self ideology. And many people don't understand it. Many people are afraid of it because they have not seen it. And whether you go back to countless other movements that have been done, you didn't have this kind of structure. But what people have to realize is that when you put yourself in a forefront, you have to know that others are watching you, know that others are looking at your actions as lessons.
Right.
So definitely, man, we have to first realize that we are that dependent. We have to realize that we are dependents in this society. And
we got to know who the
no
fuck
matter,
we are.
No matter how big of the crumb that you getting off the table, you're still getting it off the table because take that same crumb and go stick it in the ground and make it grow 2 more.
It's like the saying go, it don't matter how much money you make, it matters what you do with the money.
No doubt.
Flat out. What you gonna do with it? You see what I'm saying? And you make a good point. How are you gonna plant your seed? How are you gonna plant your seed? What type of fruit are you actually trying to get? These are the questions we gotta ask ourselves. What is the bottom line of black people? I'm gonna just say it. What is our bottom line? Is our bottom line always saying, you know what? We can deal with this. It's cool. Now it matters. Fuck you, nigga. But it's cool when this happened over there. Now I'll fuck you up. Is that our bottom line?
But see, that's
feuding amongst us while being passive amongst the ones that's saying fuck us. Is that our bottom line? Is our bottom line trying to understand who we are? Is our bottom line some of us going one way, some of us going the other way, and we'll just figure this shit out? I mean, what's the bottom line? What do we care about? What do we really care about?
It's funny because you just touched on it because I was thinking about the fact that here's how I see it. I see it like this, and this is just me observing. I don't think that we as a people will ever follow the call of one trumpet. What I do think is that you will see many of us moving in the same direction from similar sounding trumpets hitting the same note.
Well, as long as they playing a good song, I'm with that shit.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's all
I mean, because
stay in tune.
We're so diverse culturally, religiously, and you can't take away black folks' religion. That's something that many fights have been brought up over. So let's just cop deuces on that.
But can I say this before you say, hey y'all, listen, man, Jesus ain't white, man. He is not the tie-dye dude, man. Stop following that tie-dye Jesus,
Tie-dye
man. I'm
Jesus.
telling you, man.
You're going to need a trademark
because
for that
he
word.
a hippie, man. The Jesus they got, that's a hippie, man. They just changed it. So come on, y'all. Go.
That's another convo.
But I'm okay with us having a religion, but
Right.
let's, man.
Here's what I'm going to say.
Let's follow shit that makes sense too, though.
What I think is going to happen is that you're going to find more people that are centralized around spending amongst their own, uplifting their own, educating their own, and tending to the agriculture on the ground that they stand on.
Now, where do you see this coming from? Because you see, because see that right there, that's huge, because that ties back into the sacrifice and realizing like, hey, because see, if we all move to a different beat, but at the same time we trying to play the same song, when it's coming to getting it together, Jack, your shit got to always be tuned. You see what I'm saying? Because see, and when we talking about agriculture and we talking about law, and when we talking about the economic, those just feels like you can't slip, because you're already gonna be shooting at you. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, so when you speak, like, what aspect like do you see as far as like a people? What people do you see doing that? Because see, when because right now it just seems like when I see it, I see a lot of people that want, but either you got a group that's lost and don't get it, and the group that feels the way you feel, and not saying you, but the group that feels or have some of the same sentiments that you share, they're scared. You know what I'm saying? It's a fear. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's what I see.
Okay.
I see. Of course, we see little things that are great and little movements that are great, but I'm talking about like as a whole, because see,
well,
those are big, strong steps. You know what I mean?
That's where the crucial aspects of it come into play. I mean, I'll even just go around the corner and shout out to the Womb, Sister Dorita Davis and company over there, who have their own community garden that they're growing. Shout out to Terry and Tamika Taylor, that also have been working with their own community garden. We can even go to Detroit, and you look at the process that they went through in rebuilding their community. They took a lot of the rundown factories and the warehouse district and took the insides of those buildings and started focusing on creating new ways to conserve green energy, technology, and practical resources and merchandise for the people in the community. Their youth, their talent, their creatives all got together doing that. We'll even go, I believe it's in San Francisco, where they started creating basically homeless communities inside of old warehouses. They ran lighting and created tent stations for the homeless that basically kept them out of the elements, had rooms, areas, places to cook, things like that. So, I mean, yeah, that's at its, I won't say lowest level. I'll say it's most at ground zero. But I don't think it's so much that you have those that are doing. I don't think it's so much that they're afraid. I think
I'm talking about like as a whole.
Well, and that's why I go back.
We got the few. That's what I'm saying with these few. I don't know, man. And I hate to sound negative about the shit, man. It's just we, for some reason, just don't want to get it together as far as like fooling with each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what you're saying as far as we ain't gonna. I don't expect us to follow no one person either. You know what I'm saying? But I still expect us to listen to one person that might make some damn sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how I look at it, man. And I mean,
and you're right, bro. You know, we're quicker to go build a criminal enterprise than build a nation. You know what I mean?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
And see, that's what I'm saying, because exactly.
Because
but then that's all,
because the risk and the reward factor is based on primitive, savage level.
Because I'm getting a certain, but you know why? Because I'm getting a certain praise. We're looking for the praise amongst the ones around us. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I'm that dude. We're looking for that. We're looking for like,
Everybody
I'm
wanna be a
that
chief.
dude. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking for, I'm that dude that's going to help that dude. Or I'm that dude that's going to help these dudes.
But
You
it
see what I'm saying?
goes back.
That's what kills us, man.
It goes back to this. A criminal enterprise is a byproduct of capitalism. Okay?
They get you locked the fuck up.
Everybody wants to be, the Don or whoever, whatever y'all want to call yourselves. You know what I'm saying? But we're imitating what we saw the Sicilians and the Italians create as a reaction to what the colonizers and the Europeans stole from the Hindus, because the Hindus created your first capital system, the caste system. So all of these systems were created by others. And capitalism, when placed in front of us, monkey see, monkey do. If we think that this is the way of the world, we think, well, this is how it is, or we accept that that's how it is, our way of thinking is limited to moving within that construct. Only thing that we can do is try to build some structure of economy based on the laws of capitalism. And until you get rid of capitalism, you're not going to have unity.
They're going to keep us stuck in. The thing is, when you stuck in that box, though, like you said, we stuck in a box right now of that shit. Because I'm telling you, man,
you have to research.
Feeling like you the man is a feeling.
Yeah, but
That's
again,
and like I said, they caught up in that.
It's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
feeling.
But the penalties is different from when we fuck up to when they fuck up.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So therefore now that means our due diligence got to be that much better so we can make better steps. You see what I'm saying? So it's weird, man.
The simple fact that this government is set up in a fashion to where if you get caught stealing the TV out of Best Buy, you're going to do 5 years. But then if you get caught stealing $500 million up out of a hedge fund, you're going to do 5 months. That structure is designed to reward shrewdness and penalize brute force.
And they looking at who do what crimes.
Well, they know.
That's what that boils down to. We know who do what crimes. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to penalize these crimes because we know who do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, yeah.
Well,
that's all set up too. But I'm saying, the whole thing is, even with that being said, because we don't want to get too far into that on y'all. Because the whole thing we stand on is the fact
unity.
that it is unity.
So
the whole thing is our mind frames and the way we looking at life and the way we looking at what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's high time to say, you know what? It's time. And we starting to see things go in a certain manner, man. So, like I said, it's foolishness going on, but you starting to see certain things. And you got to take the little itty bitty and try to turn it into something because it's so hard for us to even get itty bitty and to even appreciate itty bitty shit with each other.
It all starts with self, man.
But we got to. I'm telling you, man. Like I've been saying through the whole show, we got to remember who the fuck we are.
It starts with self.
Flat out. We got to, man. If we don't remember it, if we keep, we got to stop being a culture of settling. We can't be a culture of settling. You know what I'm saying? And we've all fell into that trend. We've all made our mistakes. We all do it, but it's consistent with us. And when you the sixth man on the bench, you can't keep missing layups. You can't keep missing layups, man. You gotta make sure when you're in the game that you're productive, because you're gonna go from the sixth man on the bench to the seventh man on the bench to eight man. Then now you out of the whole rotation. You see what I'm saying? We gotta stop putting ourselves out of the rotation, man. We gotta stop looking at things in a different light. And the people that's supposed to be fooling with us, that say that y'all care, these people, the folks that are counterparts are saying we fool with y'all. Mm-hmm. Y'all gotta start actually stepping up and speaking up for real. Because see, we need sacrifice come with y'all too. Because a part of this unity is for everything. Like I said, of course I'm speaking on it from us because I'm black, so I want my people to do their thing and be better. But I still look at things as a whole to a degree because we all got to figure this out. Y'all got to be a little bit more understanding what the hell y'all acting like ain't shit. And we got to start being more conscious of these situations that we put in ourselves in so we can better ourselves. That's what it boils down to.
What's up, Auntie? Like my man Yusuf just said, He asked, what unifies Crips? What unifies Bloods? What makes their exercise of unity better than us in these communities? To this, my take, when you look at the history of the formation of gangs, poverty has always been a factor in drawing those divides. You have brothers that came together, whether it been criminal endeavors. At one point in time, it wasn't criminal endeavors. It was community endeavors. It was protecting the streets and upkeeping their environments. So, again, I'm going to say commerce, capital. They unified on the grounds of whether it was whatever black market means they used to sustain their set. It was still money. You see what I'm saying? Territory. That's capital. You know, when you have people that are buying into protection from these elements.
But when we call it, but see, not to cut that, but that question of what makes what was the question again?
So what makes their display of unity more solid?
That's not even a display. I mean, is that will we consider that a display of unity, or is that just some hood shit that niggas doing what niggas do because we in position to where they're my homies and that's my family? But when we say unity, man, that's
well, okay.
Because prime example, like this is why I say that.
Okay.
Because you gonna have people that look at it like this. If a person says we supposed to be unity, we saying Bloods and Crips, and we killing it's black on black crime, how can a person? You see what I'm saying? So where's the unity with that?
I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. But that's how I'm telling you. In my opinion, and I might be wrong, but I think that gives people something to run with.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, let's make it clear.
Because it's a lot of, and we're not gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of aspects on that shit.
I guess.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm just going to touch on just for the sake of trying to keep it 100, keeping it a buck. We're not. I don't think this part of the question was posed per se towards the generalization of the gang element.
Yeah, but if we saying unity amongst a gang element,
okay. Well,
that's going to always take a negative connotation.
It's going to take a negative connotation.
It's always going to take a negative one.
I guess I kind of want to delve.
Unless you understand it or you really fucking with it.
I kind of want to delve into it because there are aspects of it, of us as a people. Because I'm not sitting here knocking anybody. There's aspects of it as a people that we have to take examples from. A lot of these organizations have implemented ancient cultural customs from Swahili, a lot of African aspects into their activities that a lot of people don't know. And I think the valuable aspect of that example is the interdependency. They see each other as a brotherhood. When one is in need or needs help, needs a place to crash, just off the strength of them being in the same family, they look out for each other. This is also a lot like your fraternities. This is also like your Masonic organizations. This is just like the nation. This is just like being members of a church. So all of these elements, you can find them in various different examples, even to the lowest common denominator. But it all comes down to that capital too.
But what comes out of that unity, though?
Well,
because if that's the case, we can go in anything.
Right?
It's unity, quote unquote unity, and also where does it take you to? See, for me, the unity has to take you somewhere. Mm-hmm. If we can have unity, but what are we doing? If our unity is negativity, yeah, we definitely we got unity. But what is it? That's not helping the cause. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying that. You see what I'm saying? It's unity. It can be. We can. You know what I'm saying? Unity can be put in different in everything. That's their unity. White supremacy. That's unity. The KKK. That's unity. You see what I'm saying? But they push it towards a fucked up vibe. So that's what I'm saying for us. And I guess I'm understanding what they saying to a degree as far as that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is when I'm talking about unity, nigga, I'm talking about for this cause of what the fuck got to get done. Only difference between, I can speak for that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm one. It's rolling 20 crib. I can speak for the shit.
That's why I kind of,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to get off into that because, you know what I'm saying, it ain't everybody's business with crack. That's going from there. The point is, when we talk about a movement towards being better, because all this shit, from what the negative context they put on us, is from shit being fucked up. Yeah, shit, but you survive in what you in. It's what it is. You survive in what you in and where you at. And when you have a mindset that all fucked up, you're gonna believe fucked up. It's time for us to stop having that fucked up stronghold on our mental brain. We gotta lose that shit. We gotta stop making excuses. We gotta stop coming to reasons why we ain't got to do it. We gotta stop coming to reasons why we'll get to it. Fuck all that.
Right.
Because the shit, you know what I mean, the shit we saying, y'all niggas have heard this shit before. We ain't the first two brothers that hitting y'all with this shit. We ain't the first one you to see been in some trouble and trying to change their life and trying to get it together. I ain't the first nigga to do that. The fact of the matter is, I'm not trying to be the only nigga doing that. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might like that I'm saying nigga, but I'm saying it because I don't want to be the only nigga doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. The fact of the matter is this, man. It's time for changes, bro. And we got to unify all around this motherfucker, man. It's too many fucking excuses, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody blaming everybody instead of working together to get where the fuck we need to get. And we can come up with reasons. We can, man, come on, man. You feel I don't mean to get all the noise about the shit, but I'm tired. That shit whack, man. Shit whack.
And you know what?
Why we can't, nigga? Listen, man. Man, come on, man.
Hey, and you know what? Baby. You know, I mean, what you are expressing, man. You are expressing what I'm sure many of y'all out here feel within yourselves that you don't say in public because you've been tired of saying it or you've been tired of feeling it. You know, we look up in the news and we see so-and-so shot, so-and-so gunned down, so-and-so's house broke into, so-and-so arrested for no reason, so-and-so killed by the police, so-and-so lost their job to discrimination, so-and-so, abused or mishandled by someone. So we definitely all have definitely felt the angst of feeling like we're in our own, you know what I mean, or by ourselves. Truth be told, no pun intended, it was first placed on us when we got here. It was the first thing they did to us when we got here was to make us think that we were less in numbers and in strength than what we were. So this is a product of that.
Exactly. And that mental stronghold still has not left us, to this day.
It's real.
And that's the problem, man. See, and this is why unity has been so difficult for us. Because that mental stronghold is still on us now. That's why when I'm saying like, and I hate if I ever come off negative to y'all, like, oh, he don't believe in it. He's trying to shoot down the dreams of what bro talking about. No, this nigga tell you, I be agreeing with the especially when you talking about bettering us. If you can't accept that shit, something wrong with you. You can have fundamental disagreements.
No doubt.
But that's got to be the goal, bro. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, man, it's like, these mental strongholds have been placed on us for so long, man. It's like, damn, man. But listen, man. You know something's a bad motherfucker when you know it's there, and you still don't shake it. That's a bad motherfucker, man. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna use this. We got to. It's got to be a way.
I got 3 words.
Talk to me.
Knowledge of self.
Knowing who the fuck you are.
And understanding what self is. You know, you ask a person who are they, and they'll tell you, well, they give you their name, they'll tell you who their relatives are, what side of town they live on, where they work, things like that. That's all you did was give me information. When we say knowledge of self, I'm talking from a physical, mental, spiritual, cosmic, ethereal purpose that supersedes and transcends anything around you. You know, holistically, who you are and why you're here and who came before you that made you you. You see what I'm saying? And where you fit in this world. So
knowing your purpose, man. And it's difficult.
And it's the first thing that they took from us in order to put us in this environment. In order to In order to tame a lion, you got to make that lion first think that it ain't a lion.
It ain't a lion.
Okay? You have to make it other than its nature. All right?
And how do you do that?
This is why us as a people, we are one of the biggest threats to homeland security ever, because they know our nature is unruly, as they call us. I call it indomitable. Indomitable means you can't be conquered. You can't be dominated. That element within us is who we are naturally. And they had to do a whole number on us in order to get us to a position to where when we see things done to us that we would normally rebel against or not go for, that we just accept it passively.
But ain't that crazy, though? That's what I'm saying. That mental strong is crazy, because how do you go from being... it's like the 50 Cent, like, damn, homie. Over
high
there,
school,
you was mad, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Homie.
What the fuck happened to you? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because that's what really happens, man.
Yeah.
Man, this is crazy. Y'all, this gets deep, y'all. This ain't something. This is why, man, you look at people, man, they get so frustrated when they see the foolishness going on. You know what I'm saying? We need to start looking on these timelines and start seeing these people that's graduated from high school, not seeing how many niggas is on the most wanted list.
Right.
We need to start seeing stuff instead of seeing people fighting, seeing people walking across that stage. Seeing dads popping up on their kids and making their relationships and their households better.
We control that.
Seeing mothers understanding that, you know, just because a relationship don't work out don't mean we can't be a good family. Seeing the father saying just because another man in the picture don't mean I got to act like I ain't got to be around. It's so many different elements that we got to do as far as loving ourselves as a people and as far as loving our families. And if we ever think we're going to get any type of unity, how the fuck we going to get it when we can't even love our families? And we can't even love each other as the man and the woman? How we going to get some unity? How we gonna get some unity? You understand what I'm saying? Every time I'm mad at her, then that means I gotta go figure out me another relationship. And every time I'm mad at him, that means I gotta go figure out me another relationship. What happened to y'all working for each other? You see what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna point the blame because I'm hurt. I gotta go. I'm going out swinging. Nah, man. While we between each other trying to go out swinging, we going down losing. While we whooping each other's ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gave him a black eye. I did. I whooped his ass, actually. But damn, this motherfucking 2-bob still on my neck. Holding it there. Come on, man. I'm telling y'all, man.
Did you say 2-bob? Did you go coop the kente on me? Hey, he had to go catch that
one. I'm just saying, man. You know, come on, man. Listen, man. Listen. I'm speaking from experience, man. I done made my life difficult at times, man. You know, so you can say I done fucked up the unity a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to understand what you understand, man.
Fuck up the rotation,
and I'm gonna pump up ass now. I'll get right now. But I'm just saying, seriously, the all bullshit aside, it's just that it's amazing just looking at it sometimes, man. And when you look back, and I guess you realize, like, damn, I contributed to this. You know what I mean? It's like I contributed to this foolishness, because we all have mental strongholds about something. This shit done affected every last one of us in a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Some of our mental fortitude a little stronger than others, and some of us been able to, you know,
everybody's still a victim.
You know, and go into a situation, you know what I'm saying? That's why I thank God every day that my feet touch the ground, because I feel like I'm winning. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, to know that you done made a bad shake in trying to make it move forward makes you see the bullshit more clear. Like, damn, that's enough of that. And you know, I mean, I'm not striving to be perfect, but I'm striving to be better. And I feel like if we as a people just really understand that that's what we need to do, we need to strive to be better. We need to strive to be stronger. You know what I'm saying? And I think we'll make a difference, man, because it starts with giving a fuck about your surroundings, man, your family, your well-being, man. That shit matters, man. Because if you really care about your next brother and in the advancement of the culture and advancement of just being a better life, I just think it's certain shit you're not gonna do. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, even if you want to do it, or right. Maybe you even used to doing it. You know what I mean? It's just,
out of a love of yourself and out of a love of others, you would strive towards the best that you know to be. And, you know, I'm going to drop this right quick. You know, I'm going to answer my man's question. You know, hey, man, shout out to Brother Yusuf, the Incense, man. Brother, you know, appreciate you today, man. You it's like you reading my notes over here or something, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. You know, your question, you know, you said, why don't people follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? I can't totally answer that question in an entirety because I've been rocking with the minister since I was 17. I can look at it from a hypothetical or theoretical aspect. And I think where a lot of people, the biggest issue that I see is that the ideology that my brother has is an unapologetic one. It's a very solid one. It's one that is very fearless. And that scares people. One of the things I see happen most with people, especially in public circles, a lot of our media and celebrity individuals that would be a great tool or great benefit to spreading his agenda, when they get put in a position of either denouncing him or reaping the benefits of the power structure, they choose to reap the benefits of the power structure, you know, by denouncing him. So there's a fear to openly show your alignment. There are many people that will deny him in open and confess him in secret. And it's one of the reasons why. That's my dude. I don't know that nigga. And for real, and I'm going to go here, and I might make some of y'all angry, but I'm just going to speak the truth as I see it. I think that his works very much reflect the Jesus that came back like a thief in the night, because the stage that is set around him and the effect that he has on the world is very much like the prophecy said it would be. So,
did you just say Jesus?
Yeah, you know what? I just said that. You know what I'm saying? When you have a thief in the night, you know, someone breaks in your house like a thief in the night. Okay. You didn't find them in the house. You got up the next morning and found your shit was gone. Oh, shit. So you didn't recognize who they were until after they were gone. So you didn't know their mark until they were gone.
So to sum it up, what is the main reason you feel, in your opinion, why you feel like they don't follow, to sum it all the way up?
Because they scared and don't want to do the work.
Because they scared and don't want to do the work of what he's speaking on. Excuse me, his teachings or the whole Muslim background or religion or whatever I should say.
I'm not even talking about the religion. I'm talking about what he teaches, and what I mean by what he teaches of being independent, of being self-sufficient, of being of divine mind.
Well, we know black folks scared to do that for some reason.
So
that sums it up to
the
why
accountability.
They don't. That sums it up to why they choose not to.
He doesn't tell anyone to leave their religion. That's not what he teaches. What he teaches is to understand it and understand who you are in it. So
your own personal religion, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, Islam does not.
But see, people don't hear that.
Yeah, all they hear is
white devil.
He said the white man's the devil.
Yeah, that's what he is.
And everybody runs.
But see that then it goes down to you know how the saying goes. It's like if you don't like the messenger, you don't care what the message is.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
At the same time, whose fault? If you don't like the messenger, so you don't care what the message is, who's held accountable for not hearing it?
I mean, we understand that, but this points to why it's so difficult for us to get our shit together. Because even if you don't agree with everything that the man says, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm not...
Gotta take the truth of
it. Exactly. If there's some truth in what someone's saying, you know what I mean? The product, like I said, the product come in with us. We don't agree on shit.
But we will agree on, we will agree that we have enjoyed y'all this evening. Shout out to all our listeners, all our viewers tonight.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all rock with us, man.
We tried to make sure that we chewed the fat and got down to the meat and the bones of this one for y'all. Continue to tune in with us every Saturday at 8 o'clock.
We on time 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, y'all.
Yeah, and it's going to be 3 weeks in a row next week because we about to stay on time for y'all, man.
For sure. We setting the standard out here, man. We setting the
man.
standard.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man.
Tank, man. I appreciate what y'all
It's
do.
your man, Big Rod, holding it down.
How y'all here for us?
You know
this
what I mean?
is The Ville. TBT Radio. Catch us, man. Keeping it a buck.
Because we don't give a fuck.
Man, love each other,
Peace
man.
and
We
love.
out of here, man.